Hello Scorpio, this is your extended reading. So the interesting thing about the cards that I'm seeing here is that it is explaining a lot more the influence or the participation of the third person, the third party in this co-creation, and I feel like it has the function or the role of speeding things up. So using the example that I was seeing the first part about the Uber driver, it's almost like the two of you and your partner heading towards someplace. It's like you could walk there, right? It's just a metaphor. Obviously you can adapt to your situation, but it's like you could walk to the place that you're supposed to go, right? But if you took an Uber or a taxi, or if you used a driver to get there by car, it's like you would be sped up. It's like you would be fast forward in a sense. So this third person has the intensity, has the purpose, right, of speeding things up, because the intensity of the process, really, it's talking about the two of you and your partner. It's like you are the main elements of this co-creation, and this inclusion of the third party, it's just to speed things up. So we begin with this very interesting card, and before you freak out, no, it has nothing to do with the traditional meaning of tarot. So yes, it is the Ten of Swords, but this Ten of Swords, it's actually, connecting to the Ten of Wands that we saw in the first part. So this was you going downstairs and being followed by your partner when you were done getting ready for this event, right? So this is going downstairs. And this, it's actually coming through as, because of how the arrows are pointing up. So this is going up, right? I feel like there is almost like a, what is the word? Descension and ascension, perhaps. So it's almost like you have to go from the level of your room to the street level in order to make this move. And then when you arrive at this destination, right, for the event, in a sense that you were beautifying and ornating yourself to get ready to, it's like now you have to head up. It's like there is this staircase that you just have to go up, you and your partner, right? As I said, it's like the two of you are here and the two of you are also here. So, and this is also talking about, the air element to me is very subtle. And sometimes it comes with this very spiritual, I just saw, a white feather flying by right now. So, yes, it's just, perhaps it's part of this confirmation to me, right? The sword suit for you today, Scorpio, is coming through with the very high frequency energy from the spirit realm. So it's almost like there is, an ascension. You have to take the elevator or you have to take the stairs to go up, in a sense, and to access whatever you and your partner are ready to access, right? And so here, so we have, more swords cards. So we began with the Ten of Swords and then followed by the Page of Swords, the Moon, and the Eight of Swords. And so it's interesting how, the image of the 10 and the 8 usually brings, the 2 in the middle and the 2 in the middle. But here it's like there is this cleared way, cleared path, and this is more chaotic. This is more busy in a sense, but it's all swords. And as I'm saying this, it's almost like I'm seeing you walking up the stairs or taking the elevator up and actually arriving at the event. So it's coming through pretty much as an event, perhaps, and some event, something that is it's occurring during the night, right? It's a nighttime event. and it's something that is connected to the moon in a sense that your intuitive resonance to this co-creation was because you had this feeling inside of you that in a sense is like sparkling the intuition in you, like it's time to co-create, it's time to go, it's time to head off for this event, which you are going with your partner. And to be honest, Scorpio, with this Page of Swords here before the Moon card, I feel like there is a little bit of anxiety. And, you know, being the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Swords, you know, two of the traditional meanings of tarot that are, you know, very heavy in the mind, right? It's like they are, you know, the only other swords card that could be, you know, said as very harsh to the Nine of Swords, it's not here. Although that's the reason why I'm saying it's not about the traditional meaning of feeling disoriented or nothing like that. It's just that when you arrive there, it's like you see the grandiosity of it and you feel small. It's almost like the feeling of, I don't know if you've been to, you know, one of a medieval Gothic church, right, in Europe. It's like it's like the scale of it in regards to the human scale, it's bizarre, right, to say the least. So it's like it's making you feel like you're shrinking in a sense. It's whatever you two are ready to experience, you and your partner, somehow the first impact of it, you know, of, you know, facing the moon in a sense, facing the, it's like the beauty. It's almost like you were getting ready, you know, with the necklace, with the medal, with the crown, with the pieces of jewelry. It's like you were, you know, ornating yourself, you were beautifying yourself. It's like that was necessary for you to participate in this experience, you know, on the outside looks, right? Because to me, this is all of the swords here are talking about something very spiritual, but of a high level. So it's just a symbol for how precious it is, like a piece of jewelry, right? So it's like you have to be, you know, at the top level, you have to be ready. You have to present the best of you to participate in this thing, right? And so when you face it for the first time, or when you, it's like, because so far it was just an intuition, some sort of internal feeling that was just a niche in a sense. But when you get there, when it's finally time and you, it's like you went up to the right room, right? It's like you are now facing the power of the moon, right? It's like you have your own power, but facing the power of the moon, it's like makes you feel tiny, makes you feel like you're unprepared, or like you could have brought more of you or shown more of your own value in a sense. And so when you get into it, it's like this is, you know, you climbing the stairs or taking the elevator up for the room where the event is held. And this is all symbolic, right? But when you get ready for the, to get in, like, it's like you're, you know, facing the first impact of this, of the arrival in a sense, right? This is the first thing that you sense. It's like the intuitive alarm going off, but it's a very emotional experience perhaps, right? But one that feels like precious. That's the word. It feels precious. And so with the Eight of Swords here, it's like there is co-resonance also with people that are there. Whatever you came there to experience, as I said, is a co-creation. You and your partner are VIPs in a sense, but there are other people, right? With the Eight of Swords, what I'm seeing, it's like there are other people there already when you arrive. And so you are part of this larger group, right? And because we have these very interesting cards here. So we have the Ace of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and the Two of Swords. What I was sensing here, well, we have two eights, right? The Eight of Swords and the Eight of Wands. And so the wands are actually here, symbolizing this part of the journey, right? It's like the path that you took, or the drive that you had to take to get to the event, in a sense, right? And so this third element, this third wand, right, that was waiting for you, perhaps, you know, the driver that you called, right, or that you that was, you know, there to speed up things, right? Here they were. It's like this Eight of Wands, it's like the Ace of Wands with the Eight of Wands is talking about how their place in this story, their role in a sense, was to speed things so you could arrive in this ceremony. It's how I'm hearing right now. Arrive in this ceremony at time, you know, at the perfect time, because others were already there. It's like the room was already full of people. It's like the two less people, in a sense, to arrive were you and your partner. And so this third person, right, is part of the creation. It's part of the co-creation, because if it wasn't for them, right, things wouldn't move. It's like you wouldn't get there in time, in a sense. So their place, it's like this Ace of Wands, it's just showing or pointing towards the role of this driver, or the role of this third person, and pointing towards their mission into making you arrive in time to meet with the others that were already there. And so it's almost like the Two of Swords here at the end, it's like they have completed their mission, right? The Wands energy, or the Wands suit, which is the fire, which is the acceleration of the speed, right? Which is, you know, the fast forward. It's almost like you have never been in a Uber drive or ride that it was so fast to get to the point where you were heading towards, right? And so it's like their role is to be the accelerator, is to be the it's like they are a moderator, but their purpose is to take people from one place to another. And you know, the metaphor of a driver, it's just because it's easier to perceive, but it could be, you know, otherwise. It could be another person that you'll know who it is in your life, right? Because it's like their mission finishes when they deliver you and your partner, Scorpio, at the door, you know, of this event, or when they take you to where you're supposed to go in time. It's like they are there to deliver you in time, in a sense, you and your partner, because from then on, we end here with the Two of Swords, and the Two of Swords is again this Ten of Swords, right? Which is the two swords in the middle here. So it's interesting how we begin with this image of you and your partner climbing the stairs towards the room where this event is being held, but it's actually showing what it's important for you to know, that this person, this third person, is also part of the co-creation. It's not just these people who are in the room. If this is not it, I mean, this could be a driver, right? But if it's not, right, they are there for a very important purpose, which is to make sure that you are able to arrive where you have to go in time. And for that purpose only, they are here. It's like they are showing up and they are being acknowledged in order for you, Scorpio, to acknowledge their importance, even though they don't have the tickets, in a sense, to get into the room, right, with you. It's like just the two of you, just you and your partner. But nonetheless, it's like they have value too. And so I feel like they're just here, you know, emphasizing their presence or acknowledging their presence, because perhaps this could be a person that you would not acknowledge otherwise, right? So maybe this reading is talking about, you know, this gala event or this fundraiser thing, or this, just, it doesn't have to be, right, this specific, I'm just giving examples, but it's some sort of very, well, all of the, you know, the grandiosity of the moon talks about, you know, a nighttime event, which per se is, you know, much more formal and perhaps much more luxurious than a daytime event. So yes, it's talking about that, but mainly it's talking about the power of the moon. The power of the moon is being lit up in a sense because of, it's like you and your partner are the two missing pieces in a sense to lit up the power of the moon. And that's the reason why you have this important role of beautifying yourself. It's like whatever you're wearing, right? It holds the power to increase the power of the moon, or to shine an even brighter light, you know, towards the moon. And perhaps this is why you and your partner are gathering with these other people, right? These other spirits, these other very aware and conscious people, I want to say, right? Because they're all coming as swords too. So there is, it's like, it's not only just resonance, right? It's almost like chanting together. So there is this uni sound. There is this, I always say that word wrong, I think. Uni sound. It's like one vibration in a sense, right? And you and your partner are essential for this gathering, but you have to arrive there in time. So in order for you to arrive there in time, there is this person, there is this third party that is, you know, serving as a shortcut in a sense, because the Eight of Wands, yes, is bringing up the speed of the traditional meaning, but it's the contribution of this one who knows about the importance of the gathering in a sense, or the importance of the event, and how you two are the two missing pieces that will complete, in a sense, this gathering. And so not only we have the Two of Swords here, so once their mission, this third person's mission, is complete, right, they take you to where you have to go, you and your partner, you know, at an incredible speed. It's like you two are on your own in a sense. You two are ready. It's so interesting actually how, you know, the last cards and the first cards, both from the first part and this extended, they are so connected, like the Three of Wands and the Three of Cups from the first part, and here are the Two of Swords and the Two of the Ten of Swords, right? You here, it's like you climbing the stairs finally. But also what I was going to say is that you two are alone, but it's like you are just stepping out of the car in a sense, right? Getting ready to climb the stairs. Because, okay, so the bottom of the deck is actually the Queen of Pentacles. So look how interesting this is. And I'm going to include the card that's right underneath it. So you, Scorpio, came as the King of Pentacles with the Emperor, right? It's like ornating yourself, beautifying yourself, valuing the material things by wearing them. And your partner here, right? We saw how the two of you are now stepping out of the car and ready to climb the stairs for the event. It's like they are coming through as they too have their own values, but they're ready to move them. It's like, and not move them in a way that they're going to change their values. It's not that. It's like they're ready to make this wheel move. And it's like all along, both of you, right? Remember when I was talking about in the first part, I didn't know what was this person's, your partner's contribution, or the role that they were playing in this event. And so yours was to, it's like yours was to beautify yourself. So perhaps they were more, It's like they were worried that you wouldn't arrive in time, right? It's like it's all about the movement. It's like taking something from one place to another, taking your values, right? Your core values from your home, not just by wearing them. That's your part. Their part is to actually show them, or actually move them, actually be there. It's like they are the ones who are, you know, responsible for the transport in a sense, right? So, you know, and the gender is like you can flip, right? It doesn't matter. So it's like both of you have your unique and very powerful contributions, right? And so this, oh my God, these cards are incredible. So underneath these two cards, we actually have the Devil and Judgment. So it's big, and I'm not getting much more than whatever it's being held inside this event. It is a high frequency, or, you know, the audience there are very much aware of the importance of this gathering, of the vibration that is being created there, because it's like, it's almost like there is this common enemy, or the mutual enemy that is about to go down in a sense. It's what I just heard with the Judgment. So it's like you have to come together in a way that you are all joining your individual powers, right? With the power of the moon, in a sense. That's the reason why it has to be held during the night, because there is something going down that is really big and is very detrimental, I want to say, right? And detrimental in a powerful way, right? So it's almost like the fight between the moonlight and the devil, in a sense, but with the strength and with the power that is being expended because of this gathering, right? Because, you know, each one of these swords are like, because you are coming through as, you know, holding the material value and being able to transport it, in a sense, right? So you are communicating value, in a sense, you and your partner, right? Being the both the King and Queen of Pentacles, but coming together with people that on their own, they have their own strength, they have their own power, and you are being expended, in a sense, because of the intuitive power of the moon. And so there is something going down that is greater than you individually, but as a group, you're able to knock them down, in a sense, which I'm not entirely sure what it is, but it is big. Okay, so after all of that, let's see, Scorpio, what there's to come with the astrological runes as a final guidance for you. This is really intriguing, actually. Okay. Okay, 2 runes. This is really interesting, and I think this is a message for you, Scorpio. If you want to doubt, or if you are being judged, in a sense, or criticized by showcasing or you know, just indulging in the material wealth that you hold, with, you know, showcasing and wearing all of these valuable pieces, I feel like this is exactly what you need to do. This is your contribution. This is your power. It's like you wear things that are really powerful, and they show the value that you have within. So the runes that came through were Taurus and Venus. And I mean, Venus is the ruler of Taurus, and Taurus is actually the opposite sign from Scorpio, which is you. So this is talking about seeing things from a new lens, right? It's like, if you didn't usually, you know, if you weren't drawn too much to material things, to physical possessions, to expensive things, to luxury things, or to you know, luxury purchases, or things that are simply for the purpose of beautifying you, of showcasing your beauty, of, it's like just the purpose of aesthetics, right? It's like valuing yourself, showing your value through really good taste, right? However that applies for you. And so this is your hidden power, I want to say. But I feel like this moment from the entire reading, you know, so far, and ending with this very beautiful but also very direct and straightforward message. It's like, see yourself from the opposite side, right? See yourself not one that needs to hide your possessions, needs to hide your values, needs to hide your material wealth. It's like, showcase it, live it, experience it. This is the reason why you're going to this, you know, very important event. It's like, so that you have a reason to showcase it, to showcase the value that you hold with the people that resonate with you, right? Venus is also talking about relationships. So value this moment. This is such a rich moment for you internally and externally. It's like, there is this moment for you to blossom, in a sense, right? For your, you know, foundations that you hold inside that are essential to your being, for them to be seen, right? For them to be valued. So this is so gorgeous, Scorpio. I'm actually really glad with this reading. I hope this was insightful for you today. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.